The online pet retailer Chewy had a pretty spectacular stock market debut, soaring more than 60% above its IPO price to $36 a share at one point. But since then, market enthusiasm has faded a little bit. Today, the stock is trading down more than 1% at $32.15 a share. I am joined now by the founder and former CEO of Chewy, Cohen. Ryan, thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
Now, I know it's been a little over a year since you've stepped down as CEO.
Yes.
The stock, like I said, had a great start. It seems like some of that enthusiasm is fading. Do you think Wall Street's not getting the Chewy story right?
Yeah, I mean, I can't comment on the stock price, but what I will say is this is a business that's gone from $200 million to $3.5 billion in sales over the past 5 years. It's burned through roughly about $140 million in free cash flow, and it's continuing to grow. And so we have deferred profitability in the short term to maximize shareholder value over the long term.
How sustainable is that model?
I mean, the company really could have been profitable many years ago had we really ratcheted down marketing spend. And so we've made an intentional decision to really invest in scale and market leadership and build a much larger business.
Now, in the last earnings report, we saw that Chewy's growth rate was actually slashed in half year over year. Some investors are worried that perhaps the company's already peaked as the founder of this company. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, I can't comment specifically on that. What I will say is that it's a $70 billion TAM. Chewy's a $3.5 billion business, and I think we've really sowed the seeds and created a foundation that's very scalable and capable of being a much larger business. It'll really be up to the management team to decide how quickly they decide to scale, but it's it's early days in terms of its overall online penetration.
There's been some talk out there, I know you've seen it, comparing Chewy to Pets.com, really the poster child of the tech bubble back in 2000. There are some similarities, not profitable yet, holding off on profits as it tries to beef up volume. Other than that, though, is that a fair comparison, do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think that is an absolute crazy comparison. I think there's really nothing in common between those two businesses. You look at Pets.com, that was a business at the time it went public, was doing $6 million in sales. Its product cost was $13 million. Chewy is doing about $3.5 billion in sales, and it's burned through roughly $140 million of free cash flow. So comparing a $6 million to $3.5 billion business, one with strong underlying profitability, really is not a fair comparison.
It is a crowded space, though. How do you differentiate, right? I mean, everybody's out there looking for the best price. It seems like lots of places, Amazon, the least of which, is able to offer convenience as well.
Yeah, I would say that the strategy from the beginning is really replicating the experience I had in the neighborhood pet store, but doing it online and doing it at scale. And so, doing those small things like the handwritten holiday cards and the flowers and the pet portraits, really showing our customers we care about them, we care about them, we care about their pets, and we never want them to dream of shopping anywhere else for their pet products. And so pet customers are fanatical. That's the ecosystem that we've built. That's really the foundation and the soul of the company. And being focused on this category is a huge differentiator against some of our other competitors.
You founded this company in 2011 at the age of 26. You said you went to 100 different investors. They all said no.
Yeah.
Thank goodness you stuck to it. What's your number one piece of advice for entrepreneurs watching this right now?
Don't give up. I mean, I wasn't going to take no for an answer. And so finally I found someone that was willing to invest in me. But I could have stopped after 20 or 30 and, reworked my business plan or gone home. But that really wasn't, my MO. I was determined to build the largest pet retailer in the world. And I wasn't going to stop until I found someone that was going to invest. And so just keep on going. Eventually you'll find someone.